"You earned this," my father said, sliding my acceptance letter back across the kitchen table toward my younger brother instead of me. MIT. Full ride. The envelope had my name on it, but the celebration? That was for Carter. Same house, same parents, different son. 5 years later, I stood in the waiting room of a county jail. A guard called my name. My brother sat behind plexiglass, orange jumpsuit, hands shaking. He said 3 words that I'd been waiting my whole life to hear. Words that changed absolutely nothing and everything all at once. What those words were and what I did next broke a family pattern that had been running for 23 years, and it all happened in a 15-minute visiting window. Before I go on, please take a moment to like and subscribe, but only if the story genuinely speaks to you. Drop your location and time in the comments. I'd love to know where you're watching from. My name is Nathan Pierce. I'm 28 years old, and this is not a revenge story. This is a story about the day I stopped waiting for my parents to see me and started seeing myself instead. Let me take you back 5 years to the moment that set everything in motion. I grew up in a brick ranch house on Sycamore Drive in Ann Arbor, Michigan. 3 bedrooms, finished basement, a basketball hoop my father installed for Carter but never adjusted low enough for me to reach. From the outside, we looked like any other family. From the inside, well, that depends on which son you ask. My mother, Linda Pierce, had a philosophy. She never said it out loud, but everyone in the house understood it. Carter was the star. I was the support system. Carter attends basketball camps every summer. I got told to practice in the driveway. Carter got a car on his 16th birthday. I got told that I'd appreciate things more if I saved up myself. My mother didn't hide it. She told neighbors at block parties, "This is Carter, our athlete. He's going places." Then she gestured to me, "And this is Nathan. He's good with computers." No elaboration, no pride, just a category. The basement walls were covered with Carter's achievements, trophies, MVP plaques, team photos where he was always front and center. Freshman year, I won a state coding competition, $5,000 scholarship prize. I printed the certificate and hung it on the basement wall next to Carter's stuff. The next morning, it was in the recycling bin. The wall was getting cluttered, my mother said. We need to make room for Carter's new awards. My father, Tom, was different. He wasn't mean, he was just absent in the ways that mattered. He'd find me in the garage sometimes when Mom wasn't around. "You're doing great, kid." 4 words, always whispered, always when Linda couldn't hear, as if being proud of me required secrecy. I told myself it would change when I got into college. I got into MIT, computer science, full scholarship, $280,000 worth of education, completely covered. The letter came on a Tuesday in March, senior year, 8 weeks until graduation. I checked the mailbox every day for 2 weeks straight. I held that envelope in my hands for 10 minutes before I opened it, standing in the driveway, hands shaking. This was it. This was the thing that would make them see me. "Congratulations, you have been accepted." I ran inside. My parents were in the kitchen. Carter was at basketball practice. I put the letter on the counter between them. I got in, MIT, full ride. My mother picked up the letter, read it, set it down. "That's nice, Nathan." Nice. My father smiled, small, brief. "Proud of you, son." Then they went back to discussing Carter's upcoming tournament, as if I had just been accepted to one of the best universities in the world. That evening, Carter came home. My mother showed me my letter. "Look what your brother did. Maybe you should think about academics too, just as a backup." Carter glanced at it. "Cool." Then to Mom, "What's for dinner?" The letter sat on the counter for 2 days. Then it disappeared. I found it later in a drawer in the home office, under a stack of Carter's basketball schedules. 3 weeks later, Carter got his acceptance letter, Michigan State, partial athletic scholarship. He'd need about $80,000 in total for 4 years. My mother cried. Actually cried. She called relatives. She posted on Facebook. She ordered a cake that said Spartan Strong. My father grilled steaks. They had people over. It was a celebration. For Carter's partial scholarship to a state school. Nobody mentioned my full ride to MIT again. I left for Massachusetts in August. My parents drove me. 5-hour drive. My mother spent most of it on the phone with Carter's cooches, finalizing his dorm arrangements. My father drove in silence. They dropped me at my residence hall, helped me carry 2 suitcases up to my room. My mother looked around. It's small. Then she checked her watch. We should get going. Long drive back. They left. No dinner, no walking around campus, no photos. They were back on the road in 20 minutes. I called them that night. My mother answered. I could hear the TV in the background. Just wanted to say I got here safely. That's good, honey. We're watching Carter's scrimmage highlights. I'll call you later. She did not call later. September passed, then October. I called every Sunday. The conversations were the same. How's Carter? How's his team? Did you watch his game? They never asked how my classes were going, never asked if I made friends, never asked if I was okay. November, Thanksgiving break. I came home for 4 days. My mother had redecorated the living room. Carter's new team photos, his jersey is framed on the wall, a shelf of his trophies. Nothing of mine. Not even the MIT acceptance letter. I asked her about it the second day. Did you keep any of my stuff? The coding awards? The scholarship certificate? She frowned. I think they're in a box somewhere. Why? Why? I left early. Told them I had to get back for a project. They didn't argue. By winter break, I stopped calling every week. Nobody noticed. Or if they did, nobody mentioned it. Sophomore year, I started a tech startup with 2 roommates, a platform for student tutoring. We launched it in March. By May, we had 10,000 users. By summer, we had investors interested. I called my parents to tell them the news. My mother answered. That's great, Nathan. Listen, can I call you back? Carter just got home from practice. She didn't call back. Meanwhile, Carter was struggling. Academically, socially. He had been the star in high school, but college was different. He was benched most of his freshman year. His grades were bad. He started partying hard. My parents didn't tell me any of this. I found out from Carter's roommate's Instagram. Photos of Carter drunk at parties, missing classes. I texted Carter, "You okay?" He didn't respond. Junior year, my startup got acquired. Not for millions, but for enough, $240,000. My share, after splits and expenses, was $80,000. I was 21 years old with $80,000 in my bank account. I called my father, told him the news. He was quiet for a moment. Then, "That's incredible, Nathan. Really incredible." Pause. "Can you do me a favor? Don't mention this to your mother yet. Carter's been having a hard time, and I don't want him to feel bad. Don't mention my success because it might make Carter feel bad." I hung up. I didn't call them again for 6 months. My senior year at MIT was consumed by thesis work and job interviews. I had offers from Google, Microsoft, and a promising startup in San Francisco. I accepted the startup offer. Product manager, $140,000 salary plus equity. I graduated summa cum laude. My parents didn't come to the graduation. My mother said they couldn't afford 2 trips to Massachusetts in 1 year. They'd already been out for Carter's graduation from Michigan State the week before. Carter graduated with a 2.3 GPA and no job lined up. They threw him a party anyway. I wasn't invited. Well, I was, but my mother texted me the invitation 2 days before. Short notice, but Carter really wants you here. I didn't go. After graduation, I moved to San Francisco. I called my parents to let them know. "That's far," my mother said. "Carter's moving back home for a while, just until he figures things out." Carter never left home. He got a job at a sporting goods store, part-time, $12 an hour. He lived in the basement, rent-free, while I was paying $2,200 a month in the studio district in the Mission District. A year passed, then 2. I visited Michigan once for Christmas. The house was the same. Carter's photos are everywhere. My MIT diploma was in the office, leaning against the wall, not even hung up. Carter had gained weight, wasn't working out anymore, was working the same retail job. My parents didn't seem concerned. I flew back to San Francisco on December 26th. Didn't visit again for 3 years. Last October, everything changed. I was in a meeting when my phone rang, a Michigan number I didn't recognize. I ignored it. It rang again and again. I stepped out. Answered. Hello? A recorded voice. You have a collect call from an inmate at Washtenaw County Jail. Will you accept the charges? My stomach dropped. I pressed 1. Nathan? Carter's voice, shaking, scared. What happened? I messed up really bad. He'd been arrested, DUI, 3rd offense, plus possession. He'd been high and crashed into a parked car. Nobody was hurt, but the legal consequences were serious. He was looking at jail time, felony charges. His bail was set at $50,000. My parents couldn't afford it. They'd refinanced the house twice, once for Carter's college expenses that his scholarship didn't cover, once to pay off credit card debt from covering Carter's car insurance, rent, and expenses. They were broke. I called Mom, Carter said. She doesn't have it. Dad doesn't have it. Nathan, I need help. I need $50,000 for bail, and I need a lawyer. I sat in the parking lot of my office building. The Silicon Valley sun is beating down. Carter is on a jail phone 2,000 miles away. Put Mom on, I said. The phone passed, my mother's voice thick with tears. Nathan, please, we need you. Carter needs you. Where were you when I needed you? The words came out before I could stop them. Silence. That's not fair, she said. Mom, I called you when I got into MIT. You said, that's nice. I called when my startup got acquired. You told me not to tell me because it might hurt Carter's feelings. I graduated summa cum laude, and you didn't come because you'd already been to Carter's graduation the week before. Now you need me? More silence. He's your brother, she said, and you're my mother. But you've spent 23 years making it very clear which son matters. I hung up. For 3 days, my phone was full of messages. My father, my mother, Carter's friends, relatives I hadn't spoken to in years, all saying the same thing. Family helps family. Blood is thicker than water. Don't you care about your brother? I did care. That was the problem. I called a lawyer. Not for Carter. For me. I asked about bail, about the legal system, about what happens next. She walked me through it. Then I made my decision. I called my mother back. I'll pay the bail. She gasped. Thank you so much. I'm not done. I'll pay the bail, and I'll pay for a lawyer. A good one. Public defenders are overworked, and Carter needs real representation. Nathan, But there are conditions. She went quiet. Carter moves out of your house immediately. He gets his own apartment. He gets a full-time job, any job, and he starts paying rent and utilities. He goes to rehab. Court-mandated or not, he goes. And he pays me back. I don't care if it takes 10 years. He pays me back. Nathan, he can't afford. Then he figures it out. The same way I figured out how to pay for my life without any help from you. He's 26 years old. It's time. My father got on the phone. Son, that's not how family works. Then how does it work, Dad? Because for 23 years, family has meant me earning everything alone while Carter gets everything handed to him. So yeah, this is how it works now. My money, my terms. I wired $50,000 for bail the next day. I hired a lawyer, $15,000 retainer. The lawyer was good, got Carter a deal, reduced charges, probation, mandatory rehab, and community service. No jail time. Carter called me the day he got out. Thank you. I know I don't deserve this." "You don't," I said. "But I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this so I can sleep at night. There's a difference." He moved out, got a studio apartment, got a job as a package handler at UPS. 40 hours a week. It wasn't glamorous, but it was consistent. He enrolled in outpatient rehab, started showing up to AA meetings. My parents were angry with me. My mother called me controlling. My father said I'd humiliated them. I said, "Good, you should feel humiliated. You raised 2 sons. One of them graduated from MIT with a full scholarship and built a successful career. The other is a 26-year-old with 3 DUIs living in your basement, and you spent 23 years acting like I was the problem." My mother hung up on me. We didn't speak for 4 months. Then something unexpected happened. Carter started to change. Not dramatically, not all at once, but slowly, the guy who'd spent 5 years drifting started to find direction. He got promoted at UPS, started taking online classes, paid me back his first $200 3 months after getting out. It wasn't much, but it was something. 6 months later, another $200, then $300. He called me every few weeks, not to ask for anything, just to talk. About work, about rehab, about realizing how much time he'd wasted. "Mom and Dad never made me grow up," he said during one call. "Everything was just handled for me. I never had to face consequences. You did, and I hated you for it, because it made me look bad." "You didn't hate me," I said. "You just didn't know me." "I'm starting to," he said. A year after the arrest, Carter called me on my birthday. I'd forgotten it was my birthday until he mentioned it. "I don't remember the last time Mom and Dad called you on your birthday," he said. "I'm sorry. I'm sorry I never said anything. I'm sorry I didn't notice." "Thank you," I said, and I meant it. My parents and I still don't have a great relationship. We probably never will. My mother can't admit she was wrong. My father still thinks time will fix things without anyone having to change. But Carter and I, we're building something. It's not perfect, it's not Hollywood, but it's real. He sent me $500 last month, texted me a screenshot of the transfer. Payment 11. Long way to go, but I'm getting there. I called him. "You don't have to keep paying me back. You've made your point." "Yeah, I do," he said, "because you didn't have to help me. You chose to, and that matters. Nobody chose you. You had to be your own family. I see that now." That conversation lasted 40 minutes, longest we'd ever talked. If you're watching this and you're the kid who never got celebrated, the one whose achievements went into a drawer while your siblings went on the wall, I see you. You don't owe them your success to prove your worth. You don't owe them your help to earn their love. You help because you choose to, not because you have to. My parents taught me something they didn't intend to teach me. They taught me I could build a life without their validation. And once you know that, really know it, no one can take it from you. I don't tell this story for pity. I have a career I'm proud of, a brother who's finally becoming someone real, and a life I built with my own 2 hands. I tell it because for 23 years, my mother controlled the narrative. "Nathan's fine. He doesn't need us. He's always been independent." She was right. I am fine. But I'm fine because I had no other choice. Today, I'm taking my story back. I'm Nathan Pierce. I'm 28. I graduated from MIT, built a career in tech, and bailed my brother out of jail on my terms. That's enough. If Nathan's story reminded you of your own, drop a comment. Were you the golden child or the forgotten one? And if someone you know needs to hear this, share it with them. Sometimes the story you needed is the one someone else needed to send you. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself.